reach out to you with my own two hands, with my own two hands, with my own two hands. I'm gonna make it a brighter place with my own two hands. I'm gonna make it a safer place with my own two hands. I'm gonna help the human race with my own two hands, with my own two hands, with my own two hands. And I can hold you in my own two hands, and I can comfort you with my own two hands. But you got to use your own two hands. Use your own two hands. Use your own two hands. With our own two hands. With our own two hands. With my own two hands. Jamming the announcements with you. Jamming. We hope you like announcements too. Jamming. Announcement lady, do what you do. Oh, announcements.
Good morning, and good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Toronto. I am the announcement lady, so let's get to this. Sorry, I just had coffee, I have a breath mint. Done. All right, mental muscle. Mental muscle begins Monday, August 25th for 16 weeks. I know, it's time again. So anybody who was here last week who saw the mental muscle presentation, this will be your chance to join in the fun and get your beautiful behind kicked. It's Mondays and Thursdays, 7:30 in the morn. Here, right, Jonathan? It's not online at all? Here, live and in person, 7:30 in the morning. I will think of you as I'm having coffee on my deck. I will be with you in spirit. We have a conscious community message board in the hallway towards the bookstore. There's chalk there. Feel free to write your favorite quote. If you have something that you feel needs our community's attention, please feel free to put it up. Use your judgment. Appropriate things are always welcome. If not, Carmen will be taking them down. We have a couple of questionnaires. Last week, there was some glitches in the online class questionnaire. It is fixed. Jonathan fixed that. It says to take 5 minutes. Might take a little longer. I was on, and I had to really think about, what classes? So technically could take 5 minutes. Might take a little bit more, but time is of the essence because Jonathan is putting together the course curriculum for the year, and he needs to know what people would be interested in doing. So go online. There's also hard copies in the bookstore, so we're just looking at what you might like to take, what you don't want to take, just a general direction of what tickles your fancy. Oh, right, yes. And because of practitioner studies, anybody whose intention is to become a practitioner, there are certain courses that you do have to take. So it's all part of the package of we need to know what you would like to learn. And there was also another questionnaire. In the store, for the store, we have hard copies out there just looking at what kind of things we're going to bring into the store, what we're going to sell, what we're not going to sell any longer. So we would love to hear your opinion on what's available and what you would like to see made available. And that is all. That's it. I'm done. Jonathan's on his phone. Who are you talking to?
I'm tagging and posting. I'm doing a check-in.
He's doing a check-in.
Yes.
Da, 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 da. Who can name that tune? Tony can. Thank you. Jeopardy. Tony. All right. I've stalled long enough. I'm going to call up to the lectern the wonderful online master.
Hi.
Hi, Reverend Jonathan Zenz.
Good morning. How is everyone this morning? Great. Wonderful. I'm a big fan of, doing check-ins and posting things on Facebook, and I just wanted to let the world know that we have the best band in the Centers for Spiritual Living movement. So I was posting a picture of the band, and I was tagging all the guys in the band, and then I realized that the angle of the picture, Patrick, I'm sorry, you're behind Pierre and we don't see you. So sorry about that. You can tag yourself if you want, though. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Toronto. My name is... What did he say?
He said, oh, he will.
Yes. My name is Jonathan Zenz. I am the spiritual director here, and we like to have a good time. I like to have a good time here, and so that's what I'm here to do. Are you here to have a good time?
Yes.
Awesome. Let's celebrate the understanding that there is one power in the universe. This power is a power for good. It is a power that we each get to use for our own creative purposes, and our lives are created because of this power, by this power, and we get to set the course of our lives.
Yes.
Does that sound good?
Yeah. Yes.
We're going to start off by setting the course of our lives by singing a song by Eddie Watkins Jr. Let's hit it, guys. Called We Come Together. It's very easy. It's not in the songbook, but you'll pick it up. We've done it a couple times here before. You can stand up and dance if you want. All right. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
Ready? Here we go. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves me and God loves you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
From every walk of life.
Every walk of life,
From every creed and color.
every creed and color.
In kinship we unite. In honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, Namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
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 together.
We come together in the name of love.
All right, you can be seated.
I love getting the celebration going with a high up-tempo song. I was about to say high being the operative word, but we won't go there today. I want to say thank you to everybody who made the service so incredible in my absence last week. I watched online, and I very purposefully did not text through and micromanage the service from Tucson, Arizona during the service. I know, it was very hard for me. But I purposefully said, no, I trust in this moment, and I can't tell you how pleased I was with what everybody offered, you mental musclers. I'm so grateful to each and every one of you for what you brought. Carmen, Judy, as our MC last week. Yeah. Sonia. Way back to Egypt. Kathy, Irene, Lynette, Charose, Dennis, really, really incredible. And I'm so grateful to you for inspiring our community last week. Thank you so, so very much. So we come together every Sunday with this understanding that we are, did I say thank you, Irene? I did. I just looked at, I'm like, oh, I think I might have forgotten your name. I'm not that I forgot your name. Wow, I am like on. Yeah. We come together every Sunday. Tony's trying to keep me online.
Tony.
Lena. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's always something, isn't it? There's something about, but I want to say something. The pulpit is sacred to every minister. The pulpit is sacred to every minister, and they do not, trust me, we do not give up our pulpit easily. So when we make a decision to invite people to be the inspiration on a Sunday, it's a very, very profound decision, and I just can't tell you how grateful I am for what you brought. So thank you all very much. Yes, for Carmen, for being our stage manager extraordinaire from what I heard. Mm-hmm. So I want to say welcome to everybody who's here for the first time. If you're joining us for the first time, it's a joy to have you here with us, bringing your consciousness to this space. I want to thank everyone who's watching online as well and say welcome to our morning of celebration. As we step into this next part of the experience, I want to remind everybody about the practitioner. What a practitioner is, who the practitioner is. A practitioner is someone who has committed themselves to a life of high conscious awareness in everything they think, say, and do. And because they have made that choice in their lives, we license them within this organization to be able to sit with other people and help them either maintain the great life they already have, or if they're not experiencing such a great life, to help lift them up beyond the understanding of their conditions into something deeper. Because what we believe within this philosophy is that when you change your thinking, when you change your belief system, your life changes and unfolds in the way that you expect it to. And so that is what the practitioner does. We have a number of practitioner interns with this center who are studying right now to become fully licensed practitioners. And if you are a practitioner intern in the room, I'm going to invite you to stand up. Yeah, so Carmen and Linda and Charose and Judy and Lena are all practitioner interns with this center. What that means is during the course of their study, you can make arrangements to see them. You can make arrangements to sit with them in prayer, and it doesn't cost you anything because it's part of their training, and it is a requirement for their licensure. Thank you all very much for standing. If you'd like to speak to a fully licensed practitioner, you also have the option of seeing a fully licensed practitioner. We will cost you money. I am a fully licensed practitioner as a minister, and Mary Ellen is a fully licensed practitioner, and Margaret Ann is also a fully licensed. But if you'd like to stand up and make yourself known, yes. And Helen Valleau is also a fully licensed practitioner. She is not here today. To be a practitioner is the highest calling. And what I want to make sure everyone here knows is that your choice to step into an active participation in your life makes you a practitioner, whether you're licensed or not. And so everyone here at the core is a practitioner. And so I'm grateful for you bringing your consciousness to share in this celebration today. To offer her words of wisdom and she always has tremendous words of wisdom. We have Mary Ellen Cassie, who's joined us today. It's funny because, it used to be like every 3 or 4 weeks, and now with all the interns, it's like you can wait for 3 months now. But I'm so grateful for Mary Ellen being here today, and so I'm going to invite to the lectern Mary Ellen Cassie.
And thank you for that introduction. I'm going to begin with a very short quote that I reflect on from time to time. It helps center me. The words you speak become the house you live in. It's by Hafiz, and I'll say that again. The words you speak become the house you live in. And that threw me into my talk. My talk, I don't want to call it a talk title, but I'm a portable sanctuary. I am a portable sanctuary, and I fully believe this. Conscious thought is a starting point of every new creation. That is a quote right out of Science and Mind, page 400, paragraph 1, for those who might want to look it up, because I just love that. Your life really does change. So I came home from a brief holiday to a resounding sound that I hadn't heard. I thought I needed an air filter for my air cleaner. Instead, it was gushing water as if I was standing in front of a fire hydrant on Tuesday, and I had a basement that was flooded. So I just asked the question because Jonathan said something very key, and I invite you to embrace this and embody it. It is the practice. There is no separation now when I say I am a portable sanctuary. I really am this divine standing here, the presence. And I saw this water and I thought, oh my Lord, which is law for me in my metaphysical term, but I can accept that. But I say, where is God in this? Where is God in this? Because I cannot change what happened. I cannot change it. It's done, it's past, it's complete. And then I got the answer. Surprising to me, I can trust and accept what is, and that my life unfolds perfectly, yes, even when I may not understand in that moment. What a gift. That was my gift in the midst of the flushing things floating. But I declare that I live as an individualized center of the universe. We say we are individualized expressions of the divine, of the presence, but knowing that you are the center. Intentional mindfulness, knowing and embodying the presence of the divine, is how I start my day, every day. I don't skip a day. I consider myself on a pilgrimage with God, my personal evolution, recognizing my individualization of the divine, not just today, every day. And in every moment, we all have the opportunity to be our best selves. All it takes is a breath and a moment to be conscious of the next word or action that we are going to take. It's not a difficult situation. So I ask to keep me in this truth. And my part of my practice is, how would I like to be treated in every situation, in every condition, and in every relationship? It's one sentence, and it brings me right here. I have my first response team with me. That came to me last night after the football game that I was at. God is and I am. What a response team. I don't need sirens. Sometimes I think I need a knock on the head, but not really, not when I stand in this divineness. Yeah, my response team. So I'm grateful for that silence. And then I remember the spiritual reality that God is all there is. We've heard this, and I've heard this umpteen years now from anyone that is in this practice. There is one life. That life is God's life. That life is my life now. Another quote from Ernest Holmes. This is a profound spiritual practice, a mantra that I chant, and not only chant, but I embody this presence of the divine within. It's an inside job. I may experience what I call spiritual amnesia. And that's from time to time when I'm not centered, but especially when I do not go within, I go without. Seeking answers elsewhere. I realize at that moment, if I'm looking outside of myself, I give away my power, my divine inheritance of this power and wisdom, when I look to the solution to my problems from anywhere but within. I see myself as a portable sanctuary, yes. Always seeing the truth of others, not conditions, and I practice daily a form of spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer, reading and journaling to my personal growth and my wellness, my being. And I allow others to contribute to my personal growth and wholeness. I celebrate the uniqueness of lives to blossom in the divine as us in the sacred space. I practice being aware that the soul exists, because that's where I want to live, my spiritualness. It functions and is in our lives. No one is exempt. No one is passed over. We're all one. Spiritual poverty for me is when I feel absent from my source and supply. I have separated myself from all that is God. The powerful words, we sang that song, but I use the words, I see you, and I see you. And it moves me into another sacred space where I listen and I understand what is being said by another. It's one of those wonderful things that I was gifted with these ears, to listen. The divine spark is in each one of us, and always has been. I got this little rubber thing last night, forget about an energy bomb, but for me it says, light the fuse. Light the fuse. And so the divine spark is like, shine forth with love and light and this healing for all. Light ourselves up, that divine spark, and then gift it away. Share it. I have done mental muscle 3 times. And the words came to me this morning after preparing myself to come here. And it was like, there's a phrase that's right there in the book. Do the work, live the results. Anyone that has done that, here I am. This is a result. It is a result. So I invite you to join me. I'm going to say an affirmation. And then I will invite you to say that with me. And I might have you repeat it the second time, but looking at someone, if you would indulge me with that. So here I am, and I declare and claim for myself, I am a field of conscious presence. I am that field. Feel that. I want everybody just to feel that for a second. The vibrational, the energy, the love and the life that is right here and right now operating in and through each of us. And now, I will invite you to say with me, I am a field of conscious presence. And if you look at someone near you and say that, reminding us who we are. I am a field of conscious presence.
Thank you, Mary Ellen. Going back to an older paradigm, we're going to start a chant of sorts. And I'm going to invite you to take what it is you've heard from Mary Ellen, take it into your soul. Allow yourself to resonate with what has inspired you in this moment. Allow yourself to be ready. Allow yourself. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everywhere I've ever been, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever been has brought me here to the present moment here, to a new beginning here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul.
And right here and right now in this divine moment, knowing that this is all there is, God is, I am. We call it source, supply, creative intelligence, the infinite one, the universal law. No matter what we name it, we claim it and unify ourselves with this presence. There is no separation, no duplication, one of a kind. One of a kind, and I name and claim this divine inheritance right here and now as I dive deep into my soul, into the sweetest love, and the sweetest life is at my creation, is at my thought process and my word. I know exactly what is here and now in front of me, and that is mine to do. I am bold, I am wholesome, I am wisdom, I am on fire, this divine spark that rises up. And I light that fuse. And I'm on fire. I am in oneness with this presence, knowing that there is one life, and that life is God's life, and I declare that life is my life now. In everything I do, in all my relationships, in opening myself up and surrendering to this divine oneness, this divine mind that is operating in and through and being me and showing up as me, as my divine myself. I allow all of this energy, this vibrational, this field of conscious presence to ooze through my veins and soothe and heal and renew my mind, my body, and my soul. I surrender and I let go. It is with a most grateful and loving heart that I stand in this truth, this sacred knowingness, in full ownership that I too am God. I release this spoken word. It is taken, acted upon immediately. There is no delay. I expect full return on my words, on the spoken word of the divine through me and as me. I release and I let go. And together we say, and so it is.
Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
Thank you, Mary Ellen. Are you ready? Are you diving in? We're going to dive into something spectacular now with the Queen Street Band as they... You're tuning? He's
I'm tuning.
All right, let me know when you're done tuning.
Capo.
He's diving into tuning his guitar. A great song by Pierre Gautreau. We've done it here before, but always worth a repeat. Please welcome Pierre Gautreau and the Queen Street Band with Law of Attraction.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's gonna be a change a-coming. I can feel it in the core of my soul, percolating, anticipating for when more people learn the secret of the soul. Well, it might take a while, it might come on strong, when people start living now and not by what has gone on. The fountain of youth, the holy grail, your pot of gold, has always been there waiting for you to behold. For you to behold. So what kind of play are you gonna bring? Comedy, a tragedy, it doesn't matter 'cause you win. The universe won't say no. The universe won't say no. The universe won't say no. 'Cause you're always in control of the show. Always in control.
Have I told you the story about when I had to sing the song She Loves Me in a show once? So I was understudying the role that it wasn't in the show She Loves Me, but I was doing a musical review, and I was understudying one track in the review, but when I wasn't doing that track, I was doing my own track. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I had to go on in this track one day for the show, and the entire show was done to pre-recorded music. And so if you messed up, You didn't have a band that was going to follow you. So the song goes, she loves me, and to my amazement, I love it, knowing that she loves me. She loves me, true she doesn't show it. How could she when she doesn't know it? Yesterday she loathed me, but now today she likes. Anyway, it goes on. It's a rather quick song, and it goes, and all you get is this boom, 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 boom. And I started the performance, and I realized I have no idea where I'm supposed to come in, because all you get is boom, 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 boom. And I realized I didn't count correctly. I have no idea, so I started singing when I thought I was supposed to start singing, and I was a bar late. So here I am. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but just to say, it happens to the best of us. So here I am. I'm going, she loves me, and to my amazement, I love it. Now I'm hearing the chord changes in the song and realizing I am way off. I love it, knowing that she loves me, true she doesn't show it. How could she when she doesn't know it? Anyway. The life of the performer. There are no mistakes in this universe. The universe never says no. I love that. The universe never says no, ever. The universe is always saying yes to everything, to whatever you decide to say yes to. The universe is saying yes as well, and so that's what shows up in your life. Why do you think it feels like the universe says no sometimes? Spiritual amnesia. I love what you said. I mean, because we had talked about this earlier in the week, the idea of being a portable sanctuary, and we are all of us portable sanctuaries. Wherever we go, we are the point at which consciousness is creating by means of us. You don't have to come here on a Sunday. The board is going to hate that I'm saying this. You don't have to come here on a Sunday to be spiritually nourished. You must decide to be spiritually nourished, and so it is. You are in that moment that you make the decision to be spiritually nourished. Coming on Sunday feels good, right? Well, that was overwhelming. Coming here on a Sunday feels great, right? Yes! It really... Oh, your consciousness... You know what, it's because I frequently will start the service by saying I welcome people who are here for the first time, and I'm grateful for you bringing your consciousness here to share with us in this greater expanded idea of consciousness. Your consciousness is with you wherever you are. That's what makes you a portable sanctuary, because you can at any time make a decision, and that decision comes into being because you have simply decided upon it. That's the way this stuff works. Now, if you do get spiritual amnesia, the decisions you are making are based on something that is in the subconscious, or maybe a habit that you've ingrained, that you are not allowing yourself to, and you know what, I am going to say this, that you are not allowing yourself to overcome because you're simply unaware of it. That's the work within this philosophy, and that's why I love mental muscle. Gosh, I really have had a lot of coffee, haven't I? That's why I love mental muscle, because it is about doing the work and living the results. You do the work to step into conscious awareness in your life, and everything that flows forth, feels so good. Your consciousness is wherever you are. Sacred space is created just by your presence. Wherever you go, you are in a sacred space. There is nothing that makes this building, this room, any more sacred than any other place in the world of form, except our decision that it is such. That's the only thing that makes this space more sacred than anything else. So carry your consciousness with you with a full awareness of your power, and you are in sacred space at all times. That's what makes you a portable sanctuary. Now, this can have effect in many different ways. Today, what I want to talk about, because I am getting to that, are boundaries. What are your boundaries? What is it that binds you? What are the ideas that you find yourself bound by? What have you decided upon in your life that is continuing to take action in your experience that maybe you're not so happy with? And can you break through them? The answer is yes to all of it. We can break through any perception of a boundary. Any perception of boundary. If we were not able to break through our own perception of boundaries, we would not be evolving. Each of us is inherently boundless. The question is, do we really know it? Do we really know it? Are we truly inhabiting the boundless essence that is the core of our being? Ernest Holmes wrote this. He wrote, if certain specific ways of thought and belief have produced limitations, other beliefs will change them. It doesn't get much simpler than that. The only reason we believe there are limitations in our life is because we've created them in our own mind. And so, to relieve ourselves of the limitations we experience, we change our mind, we change our beliefs, and the limitations change. I say it, I don't know if I'm not infrequently. This philosophy is so freaking easy and simple. Well, it's simple, for some people not so easy, but it is easy when you decide that it's easy to step back and say, you know what? I'm going to stay in complete faith and trust. It's a very simple philosophy. That is really the philosophy in a nutshell, what Ernest Holmes wrote. If certain specific ways of thought and belief have produced limitations, other beliefs will change them. So start inhabiting those other beliefs. Step away from the concept that you are limited in any capacity. Who we are in this world, how we show up in this world, begins with who we believe we are in mind. So how do you, this is rhetorical, how do you feel about yourself right in this moment? How do you feel about yourself? This philosophy is not an excuse to suppress either. Because I get the sense sometimes people come in, maybe you're here for the first time and you're thinking, my God, these people are so happy. They're weird. Who could be that happy all the time? We have the capacity to be happy if we just allow ourselves to express naturally, because happiness, and I say this because a lot of people say happiness is a choice. I say this all the time, happiness is not a choice. Happiness is our natural state of being, and if we are experiencing unhappiness, it's because we have made the choice on some level to experience unhappiness. So unhappiness is a choice. Happiness is who we are inherently. We have the capacity to be happy in everything, in all experiences, and we are. Now let's step away from the idea that we have to compare ourselves to others too. That's a road down. That is, wow, I'm really very eloquent this morning. So I'm taking the, I better get it together before next Saturday, because that's, for my immigration process, I have to take an all-day exam in English proficiency. So I got to get it together. Can you believe that? I mean, yes, it's, anyway. Now, the other thing that can happen is people will come into our sanctuary, where a place we've decided is our sanctuary, and they may think, wow, those people are so happy. And then we hear them, those of us who've been here before, we hear them say, wow, those people are so happy. And even if we're not feeling it, we'll try and pretend to be happy. That happens sometimes. And that is where we are suppressing. And if that is where we are suppressing, don't kid yourself. If you want to be happy and there is something in the way of your happiness, make a new choice. If you can't If you're having trouble making that choice, get thee to a practitioner. Speak to one of our practitioners here. They can help you find that place that is your inherent beingness. This was expressed to me when I was on my trip to Tucson this past week in a way that I thought, it's always children who are the greatest expressions and the greatest teachers. Because there was something that could have devastated an 8-year-old boy if he'd allowed it. While I was there, my 2 nephews, I have an 8-year-old and an 11-year-old nephew, who are both very engaged in swim team. So they race competitively, and while I was in Tucson, it just happened to be their championship meet. So this is like where it's the end of the season, so they're gonna do their meet, and they're gonna get their medals, and it's all so exciting. And my nephews were competing in different categories, age categories, but they were both competing in breaststroke and in freestyle relay. So the first to swim was my 8-year-old nephew, because they always do the young kids first. And so here he is, getting ready to do his 50-yard, and it's funny because they do measure this particular pool in yards, a 50-yard breaststroke. So he gets up on the block, and the system, they've got these buzzers and beeps and things that happen. So he gets up on the block, and he hears the announcer say, "On your mark." And so he goes down, and he's on the block. And he loses his balance and he falls in the pool. Simply lost his balance, but it's considered a false start in the competition. So what happens is he climbs out of the pool. You see all the judges over there like chatting with one another, and he gets back up on the block. And now, mind you, this is the championship. So here he is in front of probably 1,000 people. Here comes the head referee over to the block and asks him to step off the block. He's not allowed to race. He's disqualified because it was considered a false start. An 8-year-old boy in front of 1,000 people, now feeling humiliated. Here's the great news. He felt what he needed to feel, and he was done. He felt what he needed to feel in that moment. He cried, as I think I would have. And at a point, he said, "All right, I'm on to the next thing, because I have a freestyle relay that's coming up, and I'm going to focus on that now." Do you know who didn't get over it? 2 days later, all the parents are still talking about it, how unfair it was. We can learn something from that little boy. To let it go. Like you said, it's in the past. Your basement flooding, it's in the past. There is nothing that can be done about it now except to see that these are the circumstances and now make a decision about how to move forward. All those parents kept that active in consciousness until my sister very smartly started saying, "We're done talking about this. Has anyone noticed Rowan? He's done. Let's us take that cue and be done. It's over." In that moment, Rowan, my 8-year-old nephew, he knew who he was. And he just allowed it to express. He could have made the choice to be unhappy, or he can step back and say, "All right, it's done. I can move on now. I felt what I needed to feel in that moment, but it's done." Buddha said this or wrote this. Who knows? It's a quote that's attributable to Buddha, however it came to be. You can search throughout the entire universe for someone who is more deserving of your love and affection than you are yourself. And that person is not to be found anywhere. You, yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. In that moment, Rowan allowed himself to feel his own love for himself. And let that be the point at which he moved forward. We, all of us, must love ourselves first and foremost. For a long time, I searched for love outside of myself. And it got me into big trouble because I would latch on to things that didn't work for me. And I'm sure nobody here has ever done that. Never, ever. It wasn't until I learned and really stepped into self-love and self-care that I was able to then step into allowing someone to come into my life. And I'm grateful for that. If you think you love anyone else more than you love yourself, rethink it. We are the boundless creative energy of God. We are the boundless, creative, infinite energy of God. What are we doing as that energy? What are we doing with that energy? What are we creating? For we are boundless. We are everywhere. The energy that we are actually expands into the entire universe. The entire experience of the universe is right here, expressed by means of us. It's like Rumi says, you are not the ocean in the drop, you are the, no. You are the entire ocean in a drop. You are not the drop in the ocean, you are the entire ocean in a drop. We are simply representations at the individualized level of a universal experience of life. What are you doing as that energy? We never cease to be. We never cease to be. And that was the other lesson that I got to share while I was in Tucson, because I went there for my mother's memorial service. And you know, for a long time I wasn't ready to talk about it, and I'm actually really grateful that we took so long, in some ways, to get to the memorial service, because she passed back in May, and I actually needed those couple months to really come to a deeper understanding in my own experience of losing my mother. It was a beautiful service, and she had her creative spirit all over it. One of the things that happened, my mother is still playing tricks on me. So I went to Arizona, and I took a suit with me, and then it's 100 Fahrenheit plus in Arizona. I thought, well, this suit really is not an appropriate suit for this kind of weather. So I thought, I'm not going to wear a jacket, but I want to go get a different pair of pants so that something a little more light. So I went to Banana Republic, and I bought a pair of, black pants. And this was about 2 hours before the memorial service. I go buy a new pair of pants that I decide I'm going to wear. I buy them, I get them, I leave the store. I go have dinner with my dad and my aunt and uncle, and then I get to the chapel where we are having the memorial, and that's when I'm changing, because my sister has brought my shirt and tie and everything. So I get out there and I start to put on my shirt, tie, and my pants, and I look down, and there is a security tag still on the pants. Why it didn't set off the alarm in the store when I walked out the door, I don't know, but it didn't. So there's a security tag on my pants, and I thought, well, that's just great, Mother. Here's why that's just great. My mother loved a good bargain. She loved clothing, and she loved a good bargain. And she would always look for the best deal. So, back in the late 80s, there was a very well-to-do she kind of fundraising event that she had to go to, and we were fairly middle class, so it's not like we were going to these things all the time. And so she decided she wanted to go get something really beautiful, a nice new suit to wear. So she went to this store that was notable for its discounts, and she got this gorgeous suit. And she went to this beautiful fundraiser, and it was a lovely, lovely event. And then she came over to my grandparents' house following, and, still wearing her suit, and everybody is just oohing and awing over her suit. And then she lifts up her arm, the tag, still in the suit, not showing one markdown. No, it's showing about 5 markdowns. So what we decided is that the security tag being on my pants is my mother getting back at me for paying full price. And yet that's just a decision, that something in the world of form, in the world of circumstance, has a relationship to the energy that is my mother. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. The truth is, our experience is based on these decisions that we make. And so I choose to believe that that was the experience. Get it? What are we going to do as this boundless energy? Because everything that shows up is based on this boundless energy. You are creative. Your inherent nature is creative. Everything that shows up in your world, you have created. Your experience being in this room or watching online, you have created this. You and you alone. We are all participating in it, and in our own experience, we have created our expression of this experience, but you have created this experience 100%. So what are you going to choose to do with this creative energy today? Are you going to sit around and wait for the world to change? There's a lot going on in this world right now. A lot that I don't really care to watch, quite frankly. You know me, I'm a news junkie. I've actually shunned the news for a while. And yet, I have the power as an individual to make a decision to change the world. One of the things I said in our prayer today, the practitioner, we have a core that always comes in before the service, right after the music rehearsal. We pray. One of the things that just came flowing through me today is each and every one of us touches the lives of each and every person who walks into this room. And each and every person who walks into this room, because of what we have set our minds upon, steps out into this world and they touch all the lives of the people they encounter. That's you. That's each and every one of you. You touch, you affect every single person that you encounter. And those people affect every person that they encounter. And it grows exponentially until we, as an individual, have affected every single person on this planet. That is the power that we have. What are you going to do with it today? Because that is a boundless energy. Are we stepping into our power consciously and being? Are we moving beyond our bounds to affect change in this world? And it is not about just moving. It is about knowing that we can move. We are the ones who have ultimately decided that there are any boundaries in our lives. And so we are the ones who get to step beyond them and make a decision to break them down, because fundamentally, there are no boundaries. There are none. And fundamentally, we are answerable to no one except ourselves at the end of the day. And we reap what we sow. So do you take your spiritual nature with you wherever you go, in all things you think, say, and do? Because that's what makes you a portable sanctuary. Taking your spiritual nature and allowing that to be the way you present yourself in this world. As someone who understands their connection to a boundless, creative, infinite energy. And knowing that everything that shows up, we are taking responsibility for, knowing that we can change it if we need to change it. We are not living in the world of blame, but we are taking firm hold of our future, knowing that the future begins right now, and so let's show up according to that. Do you express that in the world, or do you express something else? How are you showing up? How are you showing up? Right here in this moment, are you showing up the way you expect to show up? Or in a way that is truthful to the core of who you are. I have homework for you this week. Oh gosh, homework. I want you this week to really, really explore this idea of being boundless. I want you to look at every decision that comes up, and there are decisions in every moment. And I want you to make a determination as to whether they are keeping you within a limited, bounded idea of yourself, or are you ready in that moment to step beyond the bounds that you've set for yourself so that you can experience the more extraordinary life that we claim to support here? Are you ready? All right. Okay. Didn't I say 2 weeks ago that none of the questions would be rhetorical anymore? And then, of course, I do have a rhetorical question. Yeah. No, are you ready?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Awesome. You know why? You know why I know you're ready? Because at the core of who you are unlimited. You are a catalyst for change just because you exist. Just because you exist. You are a catalyst for change. And you are awake. You are awake. Make the decision right now to live in awakened state. This is the great lesson that we can express to the world. We are the point at which change is already occurring. If we want to end the war, and I will call it war, but I don't care what names they give it, it is war that is happening in the Middle East. It is war that is happening in the Ukraine. It is war. If we want to shift that, it is up to each and every one of us to be that change right here in our own lives and affect that person so that that person affects that person. And it grows exponentially until we have touched the entire world. This happens, quite frankly, only when we step out of bounds. Our own limited perception of ourselves. Those things that we have created in our own mind, they do not serve us, and they do not serve the world. So are you out of bounds? Because you should be. Step beyond your bounds. Make that decision right here, right now, today. Because in this way, we get to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence and create a world that works for everyone. Namaste. As the band comes back up, I want to invite everyone to take what it is you offer the center today in terms of a financial contribution and recognize that your financial contribution supports this place so that we can exist, so that we can teach these lessons that help people live extraordinary lives and move beyond their perception of their limitations. And so we're going to sing today as the baskets go around, My Good. It's on page 32 of your songbooks. And as this goes around, recognize that money is God in action, and this energy is moving through this center. It's on a temporary stop in this center to do good for this place, and it moves on to do greater things in this world. So let's sing this song as the baskets go around. Feel free to get up and dance too.
My God is my good. All the good there is belongs to me. My good is my God is my good. All the good I seek belongs to me. That's my truth with a capital T. It's all about living free. My good is my God. My My good is my joy is my good. All the good there is belongs to me. My good is my joy is my good. All the good I seek belongs to me. That's my truth with a capital T. It's all about living free. My good is my God. My God is my good. I have all I ever need. My good is my God. 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 My good is my God.
I'll invite Mary Ellen to do a blessing over the offering.
It is a great pleasure to recognize these gifts, the gifts that are genuinely given, knowing that there is this law of circulation. And God in action, right here, does not go stale. It is alive, it is awake. And in the awareness of the center and the awareness of the board, these funds are transferable. And they're out in the world. And they are the change, the divine recognition of the change and the power and the presence and this sacredness of such gifts. We unleash this gift, this financial presence, the sacred awareness that good is my God, good is all God. In each and every one of us, it is recognized. The universe is always conspiring for our highest and best. It is a constant yes, and these gifts are a constant yes that goes out and touches. It's tangible. It is in this inspiration where the Spirit is in, and in inspiring ourselves, and then exhaling and letting go and releasing, that the goodness continues to travel out into the world to do only good. With an open and a grateful and a most loving heart, we release this word to the law that is always saying yes, knowing that it is completely done right here and now. Together we say, and so it is.
I'm grateful to everyone who makes this service a reality, and that includes each and every one of you, for your presence here makes this service happen. If you weren't here, the band would probably still play because we love to play, but we wouldn't have anybody who would enjoy it. Well, except us. I mean, we would enjoy it, right?
Yep.
So, all right. So even if you weren't here, the service would still happen. But I could preach to you guys.
We
Would you be
could
good
wear our
with that?
pajamas.
What's that?
We could wear our pajamas.
We could wear our pajamas. Stop showing up. Or we should have a pajama day. Yeah. Of course, there are some people, if you don't wear pajamas, you still need to show up wearing something. Oh, wow. Just to be
clear,
very
yes.
abundantly clear. I want to say thank you to everyone Like I said, I want to say thank you to our board members today, Judy and Jim. Setting up today, Lori. I want to say thank you to Linda and Toby, who are our greeters. I want to say thank you to Margaret Ann, who's in the bookstore today. In the sound booth, I want to thank Carmen, and I want to thank Tony on camera and our internet.
Tony!
I want to thank Pierre Gautreau and the Queen Street Band. I love that they go with the flow because I threw an extra song at them today. I walked in and I said, I want to do this song, and they said, okay. I want to thank Mahala, who is with our dynamic kids today. I want to thank for her brilliance and her inspiration, her meditation, her affirmation, her treatment, all of her work today, Mary Ellen and Cassie. Thank you so much. And so as we step into the
Completion of this thing, this experience, it's never truly completed because we are that portable sanctuary. And so we get to walk from this place and step into the next place as the sanctuary and into the next place, carrying with us the truth with a capital T. And so I invite you all to take what it is you've heard today, whatever it is that touched you, and simply surrender to it. Just surrender to it and allow that to be the point at which you create.
Surrender, let it go. Surrender, let it all go. All the fears and the doubts, all the pain. All the wounds, feelings of being alone. Surrender, let it go. Surrender, let it go. Surrender, let it all go. All the shame and the guilt, all the tears, all the blame, feelings of being outside. Surrender, let it go. Don't you know God is here? 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 Let it all go.
And so in this moment, I invite us all to recognize and know that there is a deeper, deeper connection to the presence of Spirit in our lives. For that is all there is, God, that divine creative resource, that love that is unfolding by means of itself as us in terms of creation. So everything that shows up is done according to our belief, our desire, our feeling. The universe always says yes. And so I step into the presence of yes. And I invite every single person here to do the same with me, surrendering any limitation of idea, knowing that we are boundless, for God is boundless. right here, right now, we step beyond. We make this our call. We allow ourselves to show up perfectly, divinely in this world, and know that every single person we encounter is touched by our consciousness, and they in turn touch other people with their conscious awareness, their love. And this understanding of peace, love, joy, harmony, beauty, power, wisdom, light, it grows exponentially because we have begun it. We've begun it in our own mind, and we allow it to unfold. And it is with a grateful heart that I let this be the truth as I release this word to the immutable law. I know it is complete. It is done. It is so. And together we say, and so it is. Open your heart, invite in the light. Open your mind, surrender. Open your heart, invite in the light. Open your mind, surrender. Surrender. Let it go. Let it all go. Surrender the doubts and the fears. Let it go. Thank you all so much. So we're going to end the day with Lean On Me. It's on page 13 of your songbooks, and I say thank you to each and every one of you. Thanks for being here, and have a great, great week.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow. But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that one won't let show. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I'm right up the road. I'll share your load if you just call me. Just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong.